And welcome from the land of infinite technical difficulties. This is episode 1 of Amber Hearts. Assemble, the beginning of our journey. This is a anime-inspired Pathfinder 2E game about a bunch of weirdos in a country at war. And OBS stopped recording. Okay, there we go. OBS stopped recording the cameras for everyone else for a moment. I am John. I will be running this game. And with me are these fine individuals. Let's see. We will go down in order. So, Mike, whomst are you?
Whomst? Hi. Welcome. And thanks for joining us. I am Mike. I am the, creative genius behind this entire I'm one of the fools that started this whole club. And I will be playing Aurelius. Prince Aurelius.
Yes. And next up we have Alejandro.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is me, Alejandro, also known as the Green Dragon. Today I will be playing the just biggest asshole and piece of shit you have ever met in your life.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, following up him, we have Fisher.
Hey, what's up? I'm Fisher. You can find me most places online at Screw in Tuna. And I'm going to be playing a robot, so that should be fun.
Alright. And bringing up the rear, we have Saria.
I'm finally in another game here! Hello, I'm Saria. I'll be playing Nightshade in this campaign. We're gonna learn a lot about them.
Oh yeah.
And I look so different from everyone else in this.
We have fantasy, cyberpunk!
Cyberpunk!
Yeah, weird.
And then one more fantasy.
Yes. Alright, so. Also, as you can tell, we are not running on Roll20 or even, I forgot the other major one. But it doesn't matter. Yeah, Foundry. We are running off Tailspire today because I think it's neat. And boy howdy, while technical difficulties were being had, people were messing around all over the place with this.
Behold my dancing skills.
It should be fun. It looks cool. It's a cool little thing. So.
Yeah. It's got some bugs to work out.
It will be fun as a tabletop, and I'm glad we're using it mostly for visual representation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, so our story begins in... Sorry. I closed my notes.
Dang!
I've done that. Yep.
Our story begins in X.
Yes.
Our story begins in... Oh no.
Our story begins in
Our story.
hell.
Alright. Okay, here we go. Our story begins on the continent of Eodria. A large, temperate landmass with a frozen wasteland to the far north and a dense jungle of dangerous monstrosities to the far south, and split down the middle by a nearly impassable mountain range. On the eastern side of this mountain range is the Holy Kingdom of Mythian. This kingdom is currently in a war with their neighbors across the mountains, the Outlanders, the bloodthirsty sacrificial beast folk.
Baby
Baby-eating beast folk.
Yep.
For the past 200 years, the Mythian family, starting with King Zarum V, and going all the way through the current king of Zarum the 7th, or no, the 8th. They have been waging this holy war to drive back the vicious outlanders and
Savage brutes.
and to cleanse Eodria of their heresy.
Those darn vicious outlanders and their heretic ways.
So, we will start this this little campaign off riding in a very ornate carriage across the fields of Mythian. The carriage is a brilliant royal blue with green accents. The beasts of burden pulling this carriage aren't horses as the common folk would use. They are these large, like bison-proportioned monitor lizards. They are called Brul, B-U-R-R-L.
And they are adorable.
Yes.
You will like them. Or
Yes.
I will find you.
So, a pair of these creatures have been pulling this cart for getting close to a week now. They are coming from the capital of... Sorry, people, I really should have put my notes together even better. Arkdale. They're coming from the holy city of Arkdale, the capital of the Mythian Empire. And sitting within this carriage is one of the twin princes of the Mythians. He has been sent on this carriage to go meet up with his brother, the Crowned Prince, at his forward base camp at the foot of the mountains. And while he is riding along and entering the final stage of this journey to the camp, Mike, go ahead and give us a description of Prince Aurelius.
Prince Aurelius is the spare to the heir. In that he is rough around the edges and has been allowed to get away with it because he's not the indirect inheritor. And he's mostly okay with that. I mean, he thinks it'd be neat to be king, but I mean, it sounds like a lot of responsibility and he doesn't really want to go there. And it sounds really boring and stuffy in politics. And he doesn't really do politics. He's more of a party guy. He's kind of, make hay while the sun shines. He's tall, average build, lean and wiry muscled sort of thing. He's got golden, almost whitish hair, and a layer of facial hair, which his mother is always in constant consternation about because he should look more royal, he should look more court, and he often just chooses not to. He's the one that gets dirty because he's allowed to, because they shrug. They've got their heir, so they're like, all right, well, this one's fine too, I guess. But carousing's his thing.
Yes. And speaking of the heir and the spare, your father, King Zarum the 8th, he has become more concerned with your brother taking to the front lines as often as he does during these skirmishes with the Outlanders. So he has kind of sent you under the guise of, oh, I've got to teach you responsibility. But you kind of know in the back of your head that he would rather put you in danger than your brother. So he kind of wants you to learn how your brother runs his army so that you can take over for him and he can be safe at the capital.
Sure, yeah.
And
my brother's not going to leave, though. He's that kind of guy.
Exactly. And yeah, it's about midday before this ornate carriage comes to a stop, and you are let out. The carriage driver quickly scrambles to open your door and lowers the little stairs that fold out from below the door. And as you step out, you look around and you see a pretty standard like a temporary war camp. Like, there's some people who set up basically a pop-up smithy to do on-the-spot repairs. You see individuals of all ancestries walking about in the Mythian blue and green armor. That's kind of a mix of like European knight and Japanese samurai armor. But you do also see quite a few individuals wearing hoplite armor. And you know that these are mostly from your brother's Golden Lions division. Kind of his best of the best. And
I mean, they're alright.
And as you're kind of looking around, taking in the sights, what few sights there are, like most tents, some like very few like buildings made out of wood. But yeah, you hear the clanking of someone in armor moving towards you, and you look and you see your brother, Prince Jin Xanthus Aurelius Zara Mythian. He
Brother!
He gives you a huge smile and kind of just spreads his arms wide and says, "Ah, you've made it!"
Yes, Father wanted me to check on you to make sure that everything is running swimmingly.
Oh yes, it's going fantastically. Our casualties are the lowest they've been in years. The Outlanders are losing ground at I'm almost willing to say, alarming pace. Like, honestly, I don't see why Father felt the need to send you here. Not much to do in terms of
proof of my carousing.
He kind of gives you a smile and a nod. Yes, unfortunately, there's not much carousing to do here.
I tried to tell him that you'd insist on staying here at least until the next fortnight when you've got that push.
Yes,
but he insisted I come up here to pay attention and learn something.
He just kind of like shakes his head and is like, I do not mean
stuff down. It's not that. It's just
yes.
He's all obsessed about the war thing, and he loves you more than me. So,
I really do wish I could say that's not true, but
no, that's all right.
Well, look, I'm not going to have you do drills with the rest of us, or learn which end of the sword goes into the enemy. But
pointy one. See, I've learned something already.
Ah, there you go. But yes, I do believe some of the men are playing cards this evening, so perhaps if nothing, perhaps if nothing fantastical happens, we can relax and have a night of simulated carousing, we'll say.
Gently coaxed carousing.
Yes. Perhaps I could learn something.
I can give you I'll give you some of the cold gossip. That's where I'm good.
Oh yes, haven't had any gossip out here in the front lines. But
that's why I'm the yin to your yang.
Yes. But I suppose we should at least pretend that Father's will is being done. I'll show you around a bit, and then you'll be free to partake in whatever vices my men have for you today. And you spend the rest of this day walking about. He's telling you about these large stone discs they have that they use to amplify the spells of Spellcaster to basically lob artilleral spells into the mountains. He talks about the Dragoon unit and how the Dragoons are kind of a double-edged sword, because the Outlanders have learned that if they just shoot the stock of black powder that he carries, it causes a huge explosion. So, yeah, they're currently trying to work out ways so that the Dragoons can transport their black powder without much fear of dying horribly. He shows off some of the Centaur quadruped armor that they've had some tinkerers working on. He introduces you to some of his golden lions. They're kind of like on the same level as you and your brother, just kind of like, ah, yes, hello, kind of stuff.
Well met, rival, yeah.
Yeah, and
big one for the Gipper and all that.
Yeah, and night rolls around, and he leaves you to partake in the card games that some of the soldiers are playing while he goes and plans the next push. And you know what? Go ahead and give me a check of some sort. Just first check of the game to see how well you do this here gamblings.
Give me 1 sec while I pull the window over.
This will determine our luck for the rest of the campaign.
Yeah, well.
Right.
Please fail the roll. I want it to be funny.
Yeah, I'll let you decide what skill you're gonna roll.
What skill I'm gonna roll? As soon as my character sheet loads. There we go. Well, I'm gonna roll something I'm good at. So, society, diplomacy.
Diplomacy could work in a card game.
Let's do that then.
All right.
Roll just the dice on the side and rolls. Did that work? Did not.
You can. Yeah, you can. So yeah, in Telspire, you can click one of the dice to roll it.
Oh. Where are the dice?
They're on the. If you hit spacebar, they should pop up.
Ooh, wrong button.
Oh no, I can't.
There we go.
I can't get rid of the dice that I was trying to get rid of.
18. Cool.
That was me. I was trying to deselect the dice after I selected it, and it was like, no.
I think I can just chuck the dice.
Yep.
Ah!
Hey!
An 18 plus 6 would be 24.
Dang. So, yeah, you are incredibly skilled at this particular card game that the men are playing, because this is kind of like a tavern version of poker. The rules are a bit looser. The stakes are not nearly as high. It's mostly done to flex on other people to show off your skill. And you are showing off quite a bit of skill. And yeah, I'll say you probably won like 3 gold off these guys throughout the night. You did roll high enough that they were not pulling any punches. They were trying to beat you, probably for the bragging rights of beating a prince at poker.
Sure.
But yeah, they eventually the night rolls on, and you know they start grumbling, and they're like, "All right, gotta hit the sack. I got an early day tomorrow." So on and so forth. Blah blah blah. And this little mess tent starts to filter out, and yeah, where would you go after filtering out from the mess tent? Would you try to find your brother? Would you look for a place to sleep?
Get the lay of the land. For something interesting. Nighttime's more my thing, I guess. In terms, that's when the fun stuff happens. So I would look for something interesting, off the beaten track of sorts.
Okay. So you're walking around the.
What else is going on in this stereotypical camp that my brother is keeping very shipshape?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
A perception check?
Yeah.
Come on. Mode. Perception.
Perception.
Perception exist?
Is it called something else in Pathfinder? No, I think it's perception.
No, it exists. It's by your initiative, or
Yeah.
it's yeah.
Oh, up there. Okay. Okay, got it.
Yeah, perception's like its own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A weird separate stat in this game, which is kind of cool, actually.
Yep.
Oof. 12.
12. Okay, so yeah, you're walking around the camp, not really going anywhere. But yeah, as the moon like kind of starts dipping past its zenith, some clouds start floating by, and as you're just kind of glancing around, you see a purplish glow coming from the mountains. You can't really see what's causing it, but that it's there. And yeah, that's about the most strange thing or unique thing you can find in this stereotypical camp.
Cool. Another wild goose chase. Father's going to be so disappointed that I didn't learn anything.
Yes, he will. And as you think that, and you start turning to go back to the camp, you notice that that glow has gotten bright enough to start reflecting off some of the surfaces nearby, and as you turn to look back at it, you see just this beam come from the mountains and cut a scar across the earth. Not terribly close to the camp, but like the light, the heat, and the sound of this beam basically putting a new gorge in the ground immediately puts the camp on high alert, and you see torches and light spells popping off in the camp. And you also hear your brother just immediately shouting, Where's Alurius? Has anyone seen him?
It wasn't me this time, I swear.
Oh, there you are. No. I'm gonna be honest. Even your worst misfires haven't been that strong. Huh.
Getting up to it. Yeah. What was it?
I was about to ask you. You're the one more trained in magic than I am. Came from the mountains, so it must have been the Outlanders. He turns and says,
But they're brutes, aren't they? They don't even speak common.
He holds up a finger and says, if there is anything that you should learn from this little adventure, it is you should never underestimate your enemies. Do not just assume they are mindless brutes. They are capable of tactics, and anyone capable of tactics is capable of employing forces that are unknown to their opponents. And he turns and shouts and says, Mages! Analyze that beam! Figure out where it came from and what it comprised of. Dragoons, get your scopes! Scan the mountains! And people start scattering. You see some of the cavalry are getting ready. The centaurs are getting into their quadrupedal mechanized armors.
Now, do they pull on one leg at a time? Or two?
So you see, because I have decided to be a little silly about this, the centaurs in question are more human-like than horse-like. They have the tails, they have the digitrid legs of a horse, but they only have the two. And these quote-unquote mechanized armors they're wearing kind of attach the back half of a centaur to these individuals. And
The centaur, or among these centaurs, is one of them have silver hair and a propensity to kick their trainer in the face?
yes, as well as a centaur who has somehow put her armor on backwards.
Excellent.
But yes, you see everyone getting sorted, and the next order your brother gives out is drowned out by another blast coming from the mountains and scorching the earth on the other side of the camp. And
Do I get the sense that they're actually aiming at the camp and they're just not hitting it?
give me an Arcana check.
Arcana? What's my Arcana? Yeah.
You know what? No.
Yeah.
Occult. Give me occult.
Haha, same number.
Yeah, magic it up, magic boy.
Come on. Why is this not... Oh, no, doing something wrong here. Hold on. Did that roll? 7?
7.
Cool, so 12.
12. So, you honestly don't know. They could be trying to hit and miss, or maybe they're trying to, like, discourage the people in the camp from running off. It's... Without knowing who's casting, it's almost impossible to know for sure. But yeah, your brother waves a hand at a Minotaur woman and brings him over and says, okay, Vesta, get the rules. get them hitched back up to the carriage. You're taking my brother home right now. This is... We are under assault by an unknown enemy at the moment. Probably Outlanders, but can never be too sure. So, you will take him home and report this to my father. And she gives a sharp salute and turns to you and says, "Okay, this way, Prince."
Shouldn't you go back, and then I'll just make sure everything is shipshape?
He takes a deep breath and says, "Brother, if a combat is about to break out, I want to ensure that as many of my soldiers as possible walk away from it. And while I love you, you are no tactician. The largest battle I've seen you take part in was a bar brawl on our 18th birthday.
I mean, that wasn't my fault either. I'm just saying that guy was clearly ugly. He just didn't actually know it.
I know.
Someone had to someone had to tell him. And how was I to know that the limited amount of Orcish that I was speaking apparently was insulting his mother?
I understand.
Not my
but
finest hour.
yes, this is orders of magnitude more dangerous than that. So, you will go home. You'll report to father that the Outlanders have some new weapon.
Great.
And we will go from there. But until then, and then you hear a soldier who has taken perch up on one of the temporary buildings, and he'll just shout, "What the bloody hell is that?" And you and your brother turn to look, and you see what appears to be this colossal monstrosity emerging from the mountains. It has huge pincer-like claws. Its lower half has these four, needle-like legs. Its eyes are glinting in the moonlight. They appear to just be small, little black dots. And, your brother kind of, turns towards you, but still keeping his eyes on this monster, and he says, "Do you have any idea what that thing is?"
I was thinking you would, since you've been out here fighting them.
That's no Outlander beast we've seen so far. And he turns again and says,
Maybe it's friendly.
We'll hope for that. And he'll turn and shout, "Mages, to the spell amplifiers! Prepare for contact!" And you see a bunch of robed individuals heading off to these huge stone discs that he showed you earlier in the day. You see the dragoons are discarding, well, not discarding, but putting away their sniper rifles and their pistols and pulling out more heavy artillery, like Gatling guns, and some seem to have these alchemical launchers that they're getting set up. And as you watch this thing scuttering down from the mountains, you begin to realize just how big it is. The trees are coming up about halfway up to this creature's height. And so, at minimum, this thing's probably 80 feet tall.
John hits us with a Trask at level 1.
Oh, yes. And as it's scuttering, you notice that where it's stepping on the ground once it gets past the tree line, it's still like dozens of meters away. Or not dozens, that's way too close. It's probably like 100 meters or two away. Thinking about it, that's still incredibly close, but whatever. But you notice that wherever it's stepping, like, the grass and the plant life starts to die around its footsteps. And,
well, that's not good.
No, it's not. Mages! And you see the mages start channeling, and like this rune circle appears in front of them, and as they cast their fireballs and acid bombs and thunderbolts, you see the spells hit these circular runes in front of them and then get magnified to like 5 or 10 times their size and go straight for this beast. And I want you to give me another perception check real quick.
Let's go. Do 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 do. That was terrible. 14.
14. Yeah, so you see these spells make contact with the beast, but they seem to just kind of dissipate into its carapace. And as it's moving closer, it just comes to a full stop, plants its claws into the ground, and start leaning forward. And you see the top of its like bulbous torso head combo thing split open, and kind of this like carapace barrel emerge. And you watch as purple light begins to glow from inside the barrel, and it fires off another one of these beams. And as it does, you see the beam coming towards you, and time seems to almost slow as this beam is tearing up the ground in front of you, and you feel just this violent push from your side as your brother shoves you out of the way of this beam. You watch as it passes over him, and he is no more. The mages and artillery units and cavalry units who all saw this, like, they panic for a moment, but then their training kicks in and they start lobbing spells and artillery and javelins and spears at this thing. And before you can see the outcome of this battle, you are physically picked up by this golden lion Heplite that your brother had told you to, or told to usher you home. And she doesn't even like hook the Brules up to the carriage. She just plops you and her both on one and just starts riding it as hard and as fast as it'll go back to the east towards the capital. As you return to the capital, the days kind of pass by in a blur. News of your brother's death is delivered. It begins to spread throughout the noble circuit, which then begins to spread throughout the commoners' circles. A several day-long funeral progression is held for him. You watch as they parade around this empty suit of armor to represent him. The hands of this armor are wrapped around a replica of his sword. Your father immediately seems to begin trying to turn this tragedy into a opportunity, riling up the people, getting more recruits and volunteers for the military to take vengeance upon the Outlanders who killed their beloved prince. And yeah, you're just kind of detached as you watch all of this go on around you. Your mother, typically like free in her love of the arts and as cheerful as she can be, is just morose and locked up in her room. Like, you don't even really feel the need to go carousing very much in the following days.
Ale tastes bitter. What is Father's reaction? Since he's the one that sent me, is it sort of one of those things that better you had died than him?
Yeah, you do kind of get this.
You're gonna Faramir me, are you? Damn it!
Yeah, you do kind of get these resentful looks from the king every now and then when the two of you are in the same room.
Faramir'd me. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair. Then I'm imagining most of my time will be spent and sort of dark place emotionally, and the darker the place, the more likely the lightning shows.
Yes.
And it causes static electricity, which doesn't make my appearance look any better. But I try to console Mother.
Yes.
She's always had the most patience for me. So.
Yes. At one point during these one of these comforting sessions between you and your mother, where you're trying to, my cat has opinions, where you're trying to like make each other feel not absolutely awful. A messenger comes to talk to her, and she takes the message, reads it, and says, "Son, if you wouldn't mind, could you go downstairs and bring our prisoner up to the war room? I think an opportunity has just landed in our laps." And she'll stand up and briskly leave the room. And we will move from the prince and head... Yes, hello, cat. And head deeper into the bowels of the castle, deep into the dungeons. And once the natural light of day stops shining throughout the walls, and once the sounds of clinking chains and desperate wails begin to echo the halls, we come across a rather large figure who is currently in, I'll say, negotiations with the castle's warden. This individual was not properly measured when they brought him in and chained him to the ceiling, as instead of just barely being able to touch his toes to the floor and having his shoulders wrenched from his manacles being looped around one of the rafters of this dungeon, he's kind of just comfortably standing there with just his arms kind of just bent a little bit even. And Alejandro, go ahead and describe your character.
Hello. Am I currently chained, sitting? What is my position at the moment?
You are standing, but like your hands are chained above you over a ceiling rafter.
So the first thing you would notice is just how pale this strange creature is. It's not just ashy white, it is full albino, with long arms and extremely large claws at the end of it in the rafters. He's wearing a very classic tunic set, like what you'd see Roman soldiers wear in all of the historical photos. Oh, and on the second thing that you'd probably notice is this is not a human. This is something else entirely. I am pulling up art of him so I can describe him better. 1 second. His head is shaped like a strange reptilian-like creature, and when he blinks, you see not one, not two, but 3 sets of eyes. As John, question: is this my first time meeting Aurelius?
Aurelius is not here quite yet.
Oh yeah, my bad. Who's walking in at the moment?
Currently, the individual who is interrogating you, quote unquote, is the warden. He is a elvish man. His shirt is removed because he has worked up a sweat, just kind of beating the crap out of you.
What is
or
the
at least
name? Do I know that?
Jiro.
Jiro, truly, this must stop. If this keeps up, people are going to talk. Oh, what would your wife say? The scandal.
He walks over to his little implement table, and he pulls out a couple of knuckle dusters and puts them on, and says,
"Ooh, someone's feeling spicy today."
When I asked you to talk, this was not what I wanted. And
well, I didn't want to be here again today, so it looks like neither of us are getting what we wanted, but I'm sure as fuck getting more out of this than you are. So come on, hit me with your pillowy soft arms. Let's go.
You know what? Give me a fortitude save.
My son is calling Jiro a bitch.
Ha!
Okay. Alright, you're rolling for attack? Against me? Moi? What have I done?
No, I want you to roll a fortitude save.
A fortitude save. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is my first time ever playing Pathfinder 2E. Fortitude. Where the fuck is fortitude?
That's a good question. Let me find...
Oh, I found it. Wow! I have a +7.
Dang.
Jeez.
Just gonna roll that d20. That's a 10 for a total of 17.
Nice. So yeah, you're making comments and you feel the impact of these knuckle dusters, but another feature of your character that you did not mention is your carapace does an excellent job of absorbing the hit.
Oh, please, a little more to the left. I've had an itch there for hours. It won't go away. Please, just a little more to the left. Grant me release, Jiro. Do it, you know you want to.
He punches you square in the mouth this time.
You got rid of the kink in my jaw. Now I can talk even more without pain. Isn't that lovely, Jiro?
If it were up to me, I would remove your tongue.
But it's not up to you now, is it, Jiro?
It's not, because
and that bugs you. It bugs you a lot. I can see it in your eyes. You want to kill me, but you can't. And all of your torture is so ineffective. If anything, this feels like a lovely massage. At least it was fun when you were using the chains and the whips, but now it's just boring.
Oh, don't worry. I think I've got a new... Oh, I echoed real bad.
It's Jiro using his magic to try to intimidate me.
But, yeah, he starts taking off the knuckle dusters. Don't worry. I think I found a new toy that we could play with. And,
it's okay, Jiro. I was never worried from the beginning.
He walks around kind of out of your line of sight, and you hear him rustling around with some implements, you're sure. And when he comes back around, he has a pickaxe in his hand.
Oh, now we're talking, Jiro.
And he looks up at you and says, yes, with any luck, you will be talking. Now tell us about the creature. And he is going to swing this pickaxe, and you feel this. Your tattoos pulse with amber light, and you are sent back to when you first saw this creature that he was talking about. So you are in your own battle camp on the western side of the mountains. The humans haven't made any strong pushes recently, but you get the feeling that
because of all of the heads on pikes I left outside.
Oh yeah. That definitely helped. But some of your spies and scouts are reporting that they think the humans might be building up to something. They're moving some of their spell amplifiers. They seem to be like armoring up their black powder stores. And one Golema, like not really a second in command, but just kind of like, a guy who's there and really wants to murder the humans. He's missing a few eyes from a east.
Just solid John.
Yes. But yeah, he's missing a few eyes from one of their earlier attacks. And he says, so, are we going to meet them in the mountains, or are we going to meet them over here? What's our plan, Exemplar?
I'm mostly just thinking, do you think we'll kill more of them with a straight charge, or by dropping a landslide on them?
Probably the landslide, sir.
Then with mountains it is, John. Look, John, listen. I fully understand and respect and even wish to exemplify your urge to kill the humans with your bare hands and claws. Landslide first, mutilation after. Sound good?
Sounds good, sir. I'll get the mountaineering party riled up. And
send me a report as soon as it's done.
Will do, sir. And he walks off to gather up some of the more mountain-faring scouts.
Second he's out of earshot, I say to myself, he really needs to lay off the grok. That is too much energy for one Goloma. That is ridiculous.
I don't think he will. I think it gets him through the day. Yeah, you look and you see a small Goloma girl. She is wearing a flowing green dress that reminds you of springtime. And her eyes are kind of this glowing gold, and her fur is more greenish than the typical black or white of regular Goloma. And you know this being.
Is there anyone around me?
Nope.
Immediately drop to my knees.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
You're a patron goddess of my village. You know damn well I have to do that.
She smiled and says, yeah, I just wanted to see if you wouldn't.
What? Respect first. Of course. To what do I owe the honor, and what will you have me do, O wandering curious girl of the East?
Well, I was wondering if you heard the humans last night.
Was it their screams of terror and agony?
Yes, actually.
Then yes. Yes, I did. Was there something else I was supposed to hear that I didn't?
She stops and looks towards the mountains and say, did you hear the whispering?
No.
Well, that's bothersome.
But
Something...
well, I apologize, oh great goddess. I'm merely working with your blessings. If I need to hear the whispering, then perhaps someone should have given me better hearing.
I'll work on that. But
He
for
snapped
the time...
his claws somehow.
Yeah. For the time being, I would recommend your men not go into the mountains. There is something there.
One moment, your goddess. Just poke my head outside the tent.
Yes, sir.
Great news! We're not going into the mountains. Mutilation immediately.
Very good, sir. I'll get the skirmishers riled.
Problem solved.
The curious girl of the east is still looking towards the mountains and says, "You should retreat."
Retreat.
Yes.
I can't.
She shrugs and looks back at you and says, "Well, you might not die." And you start hearing this rumbling coming from the mountains, followed by like this low, almost growl sound that just kind of rumbles in your chest.
He takes a deep breath, sighs. Why must the gods be cryptic? Why can't it be like that one time where they all told me how they felt immediately? It was so simple.
It's our nature.
He goes out.
And she is gone.
This is my fault. This is my fault. I have no one to blame for this but me. He goes outside. Alright. Now how do I tell everyone that one of our patron gods told us to retreat without sounding like a bitch?
Sir!
Yes? What is it, Frank?
I don't know. And you come over to Frank, who has a telescope, and he passes it to you and points towards the really rough mountain pass that's pretty much the only way to get from the eastern side of Eodria to the western side. And he
What am I
says,
looking at, Frank?
"Some animal, sir. We don't really know what it is." And as you look through the telescope, you see a large, almost crustacean-like creature. 4 needle-like legs, 2 massive claws, shimmering eyes. And it almost, like as it's climbing through the mountains, it almost seems as though it looks directly at you.
Still holding the spyglass, I go, Frank,
Yes, sir?
tell the camp to pack up and retreat immediately.
Do you know what that
The humans may have a new toy, and I'd rather not see needless Goloma bloodshed until we learn more.
Very well, sir. And,
If the elders give you trouble, tell them Taz told you to.
yes, Exemplar.
Normally shuts them up.
And, he goes off and, starts getting the camp to pack up, but you have a pretty large, warband with you, so it's taking some time, and with every minute that, it takes to get more people to pack up and head out, the closer this thing gets to the camp, seemingly making a beeline for you specifically. Like, if you walk further north or further south, while keeping an eye on it, you can tell that it's subtly changing its direction.
John,
Yes?
do you remember that one time where we were having a battle in the past, and I said I was going to do something stupid, and it worked, and you told me to next time tell you if I'm going to do something stupid?
Yes, Exemplar.
I'm going to do something stupid.
I'll inform the men.
Thank you very much. And he's going to walk out of the camp, look at the creature, flip it off with both claws, and book it in a different direction.
Alright, you know what? Give me an athletics check. Because as you are doing this... Yeah, you probably are. You're a tanky guy or something. I don't know.
I have a +5.
Oh, that's probably pretty good.
Not when I roll a 4.
Not good enough, so... Yeah, you start booking
9?
it. Yeah. You start booking it. And you turn around after a couple minutes and you see that this thing has fully extricated itself from the mountains and is now on all 6s, I guess? It is now using its clawed forearms to aid in its propulsion. And you can tell from how quickly this thing is moving that it is going to catch up to you sooner rather than later.
That's fucked up. He literally says this out loud. That humans are fucked up if they made something like that. That's just ridiculous. He says completely ignoring the branded on and sewn in tattoos in his skin. Is there a place I could potentially hide or lock it in? Like a cave where it will have a lot of trouble reaching into?
There is the mountains. You can try to kite it back towards the mountains and find a cave in there.
She's gonna tell me I told you so. I know it. I just know it. Alright. I'm talking to myself again. I don't know why I do this to myself. Brother, why am I like this? Wait. Just try to kite it to the mountains.
Alright, give me one more athletics. Or acrobatics.
Hey,
depending on how spry you're feeling.
Acrobatics. So my acrobatics, I have a 6.
Ooh.
Alright, hey, Dice. Please be nice. Seven?
I
mean, 8?
Actually. So, yeah, you turn and you start running towards the mountains. And you expect a creature of this size to have trouble turning, but with how many limbs it has, it almost turns on the spot and starts skittering towards you faster. And you start sprinting through the kind of shrublands surrounding the base of the mountains, and you start getting into the mountains proper. And as you look back, the only thing you see is one of these massive claws, like, coming towards you before shutting. And the next thing you are aware of, you are heavily chained in the back of a human cart. And from what you can gather of their conversation, they are taking you to the capital for questioning. And then another...
Question.
Yes?
Would I roll to see how many times I attempt to kill all of them before they just knock me the fuck out?
Yes. You know what? You tell me what skill you want to use for that.
Acrobatics.
Okay.
I genuinely, like, they have me tied up, and I'm genuinely pulling some contortionist bullshit of dislocating my shoulders to choke 2 of them because I'm bigger.
Yeah, let's see it.
Wow.
Better.
So that's a 21.
So, 21, dang. So yeah, you actually do manage to kill a couple of them before one of them just takes this, like, mallet to the side of your head. And the next couple of times you wake up, you are treated to yet another concussion almost immediately. as they now have their eyes on you.
It's like a mash cut or a montage of like me waking up, one of them dying, getting knocked out, me waking up, one of them dying. They left with like 20 men, they came back with 7.
Yeah, pretty much. And a sharp bolt of pain brings you back to the present as Jiro is wrenching the pickaxe out of your abdomen. And says...
I go, is it in yet?
I wonder how talkative
Please,
you... I'm going to remove one of your legs.
No! Not my legs! Not the things I killed your brother with! Oh, that's right. I recognize the similar features from the fucker who I killed with my legs. I recognize him. I know this entire time, Jiro. How does it feel to know your torturing is ineffective against your brother's murderer? How does it feel?
So, Prince Aurelius, you come into the dungeons just as the dungeon warden Jiro is raising this pickaxe, clearly intending to drive it through the skull of this Galuma.
Oh my gods, they have a twink. Hey, I warned you both.
Like the question in the why the question in the very beginning was asked. Like, okay, it's actually a very reasonable question.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Look, listen. I warned both Mike and John I was gonna play a very different character from what I played before.
He did, and he is.
So what am I seeing?
You are seeing the warden of the dungeons raising up a pickaxe, clearly and obviously intending to kill the prisoner your mother had sent you to retrieve.
And I did, as soon as I saw you go, oh my gods, they have a twink. Jiro, you didn't say that humans had twinks. I thought we were friends. You know,
like
me murdering your brother aside.
He, actually, stops and just turns around and... Oh. Prince. You do not need to be down here for the questioning.
As I see it, I do. Her Royal Majesty has requested the presence of this... and...
creature.
I'm sorry?
You seemed to pause for a moment when you were trying to think of what to say about me. In general, if I see something very odd, I just say creature. I thought it might be helpful.
I see. I'm honestly surprised you can talk.
I'm honestly surprised that you...
Mother has requested...
survived.
Oh!
Oh! How about you shush? You shush. Shh. He lifts up a leg to do the same thing, but with his toe that Aurelius is doing with his finger. It's like shh.
Mother has requested his.
I'm a boy. I am a man.
And it wouldn't do if you remove one of his legs.
I know you're not used to seeing one that large. It's okay.
I didn't see one at all. That's why I asked.
Keep telling yourself that.
Very well, Prince. Are
we doing PvP in this game?
Look,
he's flat-footed.
I literally, John literally messaged me as like, I can't wait to see your character cause problems on purpose. The DM gave me a job.
So, yeah, the prisoner continues to be a smarmy little bastard as Jiro starts getting some heavy-duty like shackles and manacles, like to hook him up to make sure he doesn't try anything. And what I mean by this is like there's like 4 or 5 manacles on his arms, just chained.
I'm straitjacketed.
Yeah, pretty much. You're straitjacketed with like heavy iron chains. And Jiro will.
I mean, do I honestly think this will actually help at all?
One at a time, please.
All right.
Go ahead. Like,
Do I honestly think this will actually help at all?
Maybe?
should we establish a safe word?
Get moving.
That's that's a horrible safe word, Jiro. No wonder your wife left you.
And he'll just kind of like shove you, and the two of you start following the prince towards where the queen wished you to go. But
He's got
before
20
that,
hit points. Just stab him. Just stab him a couple times. He'll learn.
It's okay. I'll live. I'll talk more shit.
he did stab him and he wouldn't shut up. That's the problem.
Guys, what we're seeing is the end of like 3 days worth of torture where Jiro's just getting pulled through the ringer. He's worse off than my character.
Yeah, like when
you.
yeah,
You're getting tortured.
It's like I imagine in the middle of this, Jiro's like, "I'm torturing you," and Taz is like, "Are you sure about that?"
yeah, like when this all started, he had a very nice, neat, like top knot, but now it's all like frayed and hairs are hanging out everywhere.
He looks like a college student who forgot to do the thesis paper 1 hour before it's due.
Yes.
That's his result right now.
But yes, as the poor dungeon warden / torturer is continuing to be badgered. There we
All
go.
good.
Thank you. Badgered by the prisoner. We are actually going to take a quick break before we get into other intros. So, yeah, I need some water. Other people might need some water or a bathroom break, so give us a few minutes and we'll be right back. And we're back! That was a instant transition. Holy heck. Alright. So, as the prisoner and the prince are heading towards the queen, we are going to step back some time, I'll say. And we now find ourselves on this castle. The castle itself is the size of a whole city. It's made of brilliantly shining marble, polished bronze, and it is currently soaring through the clouds. As it does, two figures are walking through this large paved road, almost. One of them is an admiral. He is dressed in a very sharp uniform. He has his admiral hat, pistol on his side. He's carrying the traditional admiral staff of authority. And standing in front of him, Fisher, go ahead and describe your character.
Okay. Standing in front of him is a very large, kind of bulky, humanoid automaton. Mostly made out of like a buffed, like almost stainless steel looking metal, and then he has like wood plating, mostly like as like adornment, just to make him look fancy over some of it. And then he's got these big like glass green sections of his body, and if you look underneath the green glass, it's like thick green glass. There's all this cabling and wiring and like cybernetics underneath it. And then up at his head, he's got like a Cyclops-esque visor, and no mouth, but like a little mesh voice box type thing. And on his back, he's got a huge sword. And yeah, it's a giant robot.
Yes. So the Admiral is looking you up and down. He walks around. Yeah, he does like a wide circle around you and says, so you are who our research department built.
Affirmative. This unit is designated Prototype Alpha.
I do not agree with the idea to send a prototype into an active war zone. But if you can do even half of what they say you can, I do not see why I should argue. If you could save even one Vormir life, then you have done your job fantastically. So, show me what it is you can do. And as he says this, like some training dummies pop out of the ground. Well, they less pop out of the ground and more the marble flooring of this runway you're on morphs and sprouts these target dummies like flowers.
yeah, he pulls the giant sword off of his back and walks over to one of the dummies that morphs out of the ground, and he, wheels back, like does a big spin kind of thing, and like slices it in half.
Yeah. So, as your sword begins to cleave through this dummy, you are now in the midst of battle, and your sword has just cleaved through a Kravan. You watch as the corrupt creature begins to dissipate into this acrid smoke, which would bother you greatly if it weren't for your artificial nature.
What do they look like before I kill them and turn them into acrid smoke?
Give me an occult check.
Okay. I am trained in that. Ooh, bad roll. 9.
9. You don't quite know. It's, you weren't really told to pay attention to what they look like. Just what they are. And what they are Kravan.
Signatures.
Yeah, pretty much. Like you know how the Predators have that, like, xenomorph specific vision? That's kind of what you got going on.
Yeah, I'm not even, I don't even care what their physical form is, as I just recognize their, DNA sequencing, and I'm like, kill.
Yeah. And you, look around this, battlefield you're on. Some desolate wasteland that was once a verdant forest. And you see both the scorched, pockmarks of battle, as well as the acrid, dark stains of what was once the Kravan. And you even see some of the Vomil armor scattered about, some in pieces, some mostly whole. Some of these armored units are trying to recover the dead, and if they can't, then they'll recover the armor. And
it's like mech armor, kind of, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like you, but on a larger scale.
Oh, okay.
And as you look around, the scene around you changes again, and you see these damaged and beaten Vomil armors. They're trying to keep standing, but some of them, their ambrodite cores are leaking out. Some of them have just sustained too much damage to stay standing. You see the Grand Admiral's armor being torn into by a particularly vicious-looking Kravan. It is sleek, shimmering black. Its arm is like this giant bladed maw, almost. And these tendrils are emerging from its back and just whipping in every direction, taking out other prototype units like you and these armors with barely any effort. I'm trying to find the proper name for this guy because I changed it. Okay, no I didn't. So you know that this particular Kravan is designated the Hierophant. And you don't know its exact purpose in the Kravan army, just that it seems to be of some importance. And
some kind of unit leader.
yeah. And as you continue to look around, you realize that you are once more on the soaring castle. This fight seems to be taking place near the runway that you began your training on. And as you turn back to the Hierophant, you see that it makes eye contact with you. If what either of you have could be referred to as eyes. And the next scene you find yourself in, you are looking up at wood. It seems as though someone has taken dozens of logs and placed them several meters above you. And you find it hard to move, but you can hear chittering and grunts and like yowling from nearby. And this goes on for quite some time. You're not sure how long exactly. Your internal clock reads error whenever you try to access it. But some of your other systems are working. One of your subsystems is analyzing the patterns of these sounds, as it seems to be some primitive form of speech. And eventually, as your body is translating this, you get more glimpses of the individuals talking until eventually you see some pretty primitive life forms. One appears to be tall and greenish skin tone, wearing like plant fiber like sack, as well as some animal skin like protection almost. This one has a plank of wood in one hand and a shard of charcoal in the other, and they appear to be writing on some thin piece of wood that is affixed to this plank of wood. Like, very thin. And the other one is canine in appearance almost. And as this one looks at you and growls and yips and chitters, what you mistake for huge bulging eyes actually seems to be a pair of glass domes that it is wearing, and on occasion it will pull these glass domes off to show that its eyes are still massive and bulging, but not as grossly as before. And yeah, a couple days passes, and you eventually finish like analyzing their speech. And yeah, they're chatting back and forth one day, like, oh, I can't believe this thing is still functioning. Like, most relics we find are way beyond function. Yes, I know. Can you repair it any further, though? I mean, I suppose, like, it's gonna take a good chunk of money. Like, fixing these things isn't cheap to begin with, and this thing is more complicated than, you know, your average skyboat. Fine, just send our employer an invoice, and we'll see what we can do about it. And yeah, you see the canine individual like looking back at you and just like, well, if I knew what it was built for, it would be a lot easier to repair it. Like, could have been a servant, could have been a construction unit, like we won't know until we can like start pulling things from its mind. Does this thing have a mind? It looks like a human. It might have human-based brain thinks. I can't believe you're the tinkerer we could afford. And, yeah, the tall green one exits, and you don't really feel in the traditional sensation as nerves do, but you do get the reports from your internals that there's a good chunk of you missing. And
Oh, no.
and you can, quote-unquote, feel as this tinkerer dog creature begins fiddling around with some of your wounds, more or less. And yeah, over the next couple of days, the green one comes in more often and negotiates with the dog, and the dog tries to get more money and more of these quote-unquote relics. And yeah, eventually the dog creature is messing around with your head and just like, wait, is this a... Okay, one second, let me... And as he is fiddling around in your head, you feel some of your systems snap back into a function. Primarily your speech center and minor motor controls.
How much of me is still missing? Or, like...
You kind of have a skeleton of a left leg. Right leg seems to be completely gone. Your left hand is mangled, but your right hand seems intact.
So yeah, when he like, you know, hits whatever he's fiddling with, kind of like C-3PO getting flicked on in Phantom Menace, I like, and then kind of start looking around and look at both of my hands and, you know, move whatever is left of them, and you know, I say running diagnostic analysis, and
yeah,
you know,
yeah, the dog is off to the side and he is just astounded as you say this. And let's see, diagnostics. You know what? I will let you choose what to roll for that.
oh sure. I mean, I'm gonna say crafting for
Okay.
me because I am a robot. That will be 11.
11. Okay.
Oculus
so,
sensors impaired.
Yeah, so definitely some of your sensors are straight up non-functional. But from what you have gathered, you seem to have taken a pretty substantial hit at some point. And then, like, time is about as far as you can say it. Like, there's a lot of degradations in your systems and circuits that usually comes from extended periods of exposure. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And
Not had proper maintenance.
yeah, And then the primary concern pops up, which is your amberdite core is severely damaged and is in dire need of proper repair. And as you look around this stone and stick building that you have found yourself in, you see all of these primitive tools, and not a single one of them is appropriate for the types of repairs you need.
Yeah. Where is the dog person around?
Yes, he is still, like, looking at you with pure fascination.
I say, "Hail, citizen."
Hail! Relic? How are you?
This unit is severely damaged and requires proper maintenance.
Maintenance.
Primary directive dictates I return to unit fabrication. Could you point me to unit fabrication?
Unit fabrication? He pulls out some more of these thinly sliced squares of wood and starts scribbling on them with charcoal. Fabrication, that's... Of course they must have had factories. Why wouldn't they have had factories?
I love the idea that I've never seen somebody write on paper before. It's so primitive.
Yeah.
So, it's... oh.
Yeah, so he's scribbling and he's writing, and yeah, I am looking at your skills. You know what? Go ahead and, because this might make sense, but go ahead and give me a lore warfare skill. Sure. As he is just sketching and skittering across his paper.
I roll without getting cocked. This is insane. Okay, there we go. Wow, dude, I am not rolling very well. This is an 8.
Dang. So
I am incredibly damaged.
Yeah. So, yeah, he scratches the side of his head and says, well, I don't really know off the top of my head where a production facility would be. Do you...
May I request our current location?
Yes, we're in the city of Arkdale in the country of Mythian. You have no idea what those are.
Yeah. Yeah. Does not compute.
Well, I mean, you're a Sky Elf relic, so it would make sense that you don't know what our stuff would be. Okay, I'm gonna bring you to the librarians, and he kind of looks at your mangled legs. I'm gonna bring some librarians here, and we're gonna try to figure something out.
May I request cartography of this region?
Yes. And he skitters off, and yeah, over the next couple of days, some more individuals of varying skin tones and fur lengths come and go. They bring you a lot of cartography yeah, like a lot of maps, as well as like progressions of the landscape for as long as, or for as far back as they have it. So, like, you know, like
Also
you see
request,
some.
like.
Go ahead.
I would also request like maybe, you know, information about nearby settlements. You know, if they have like any writing about. Just like any information that I can scan into my logs to like begin to build some kind of database of my surrounding things.
Yeah, so they do this, and yeah, it takes several days of both you and them like cross-referencing locations and the landscape, and eventually, as you're looking at these older maps that show the landscape from centuries back, it's not exact, but you kind of sort of can see some areas that you remember, and something jogs in your memory banks as you look at one particular region that is it was once a like rocky, like deserty area, but in more modern times it seems to have changed drastically into a sprawling forest. And you vaguely remember the combat where you met with the Hierophant being somewhere in that general vicinity. And perhaps if you're lucky, you might be able to find something there. But of course, you don't know what luck is.
Yeah, right. I mean, are they still like working on me to try to get me into some kind of semi-operable state?
Yeah, like the replacement parts are very substandard. Some material called steel, and the replacement leg is of incredibly poor quality as well, but you get to a point where you are functionable.
Well, when I get to the point where I'm able to finally kind of get put together... Oh, is my sword anywhere? Or am I going to need to get a new one?
Yeah, you have not seen it since you have been reactivated.
And I did talk about this at one point, but I just want to ask: is it okay for my shield to be built into my arm? So
yeah.
Because since I have all, yeah. Okay, cool. That's then we're good. Well, when I get to the point where I am functional enough to be able to move around and everything on my own, I will go to the dog person who, I don't know, maybe I've learned their name by now.
Terry.
Terry. I will say, Terry, this unit has been programmed for kindness. I appreciate the work you have done to restore me to operable state. I must now leave.
What? Wait, leave? I mean...
Yes, there it...
Well, where are you going?
I'll pull open a map, like a more modern map, and I'll just point to the forest. Say, this region matches regions in my memory data bank. I must investigate.
Oh, that's the Broken Garden. That's the Broken Garden's a exceptionally dangerous place. Look, just hold off for a little bit, and we'll see if we can't drum up some support for you, because like you are a once in a lifetime find, and if we could bring you back up to peak like performance at this production facility, that will be amazing and fantastic. For me, you, everyone involved, society. So just give me a couple of days to get things prepared to assist you.
Your logic is acceptable.
And yeah, he leaves you, and as he is heading out the door from this terrible workshop, he grabs one of the librarians and says, you gotta send a message to the king. Okay, this is important. This is gonna turn the tides of the war. And he scurries off, leaving you with your maps and these subpar replacements. And
Rad.
And as you continue contemplating what all is going on, the camera will pass by a couple of days as it goes through the city, passing merchants and bakers and masons, and soon the camera pulls up to the top of a building. And standing atop this building is a certain heroic individual, Saria.
Do I need to say, oh yeah, this is happening? Do I start making my Sonic references now?
Hell yeah, go for it.
Anyway, so I guess standing atop this building, there is this, very slim figure, humanoid in silhouette, and, a little bit shorter than average for a human, with like this sort of short, like purple scarf just tied around their neck, and this very like slapdashed together armor bodysuit kind of outfit. It looks very much like they had to put it together themselves, with like this sort of like leather wood mask that kind of like obscures their face, and they stand tall and proud looking over this building.
Yes. And you are here today in this little out-of-the-way marketplace, as you have been tracking a particular thief. His name is Ivan the Swift. He is a small gnome who has been riding a incredibly fast getaway raptor to perform his crimes. And as you are standing here, keeping watch over the shoppers of this small market, you see the telltale bobbing cylindrical furred hat of a gnomish fashion. And soon enough you see a small hand reach over and yank someone's coin purse off of their belt before the hat begins rocketing away from the marketplace.
Gotcha. Stop right there! Is it possible to make my way down into, like, the streets? Start chasing after them?
Yeah, give me acrobatics.
Acrobatics! I have a +7! Oh boy, we're gonna roll some dice. Let's see how this goes.
I believe in you.
Okay. Okay, let's go! Woo! 4
Nice.
plus 7, so that's an 11.
All right,
Nice. So many fours have been rolled. So
No one's
far.
got this. We're starting off great, guys.
there was one 18.
One. Haha, one!
So, yeah, you shout out for them to stop, and then you begin to hop off of this roof. And unfortunately, your superhero landing is less than impressive, as some of the boxes you're hopping on to get down to street level were not as sturdy as they appeared, and you stumble and cause a good amount of ruckus as the small tower of boxes just kind of collapses underneath you. And you look up and you see, sure enough, you see Ivan the Swift on his raptor. He has turned to look at you, at first in confusion, and then recognition, and then smugness, as he says, you will never catch me! I am too swift! And he spurs on his raptor as it begins sprinting through the streets once more. And, would you like to give chase?
Yes! And when I give chase, can I put myself in the stoked flame stance?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Yay! Give me an extra 5 movement!
So, you take your stoked flame stance and kick off these scattered boxes to start sprinting down the road. People are diving out of your way. You're dodging left and right to avoid the people who don't notice you. And you are actually making a pretty good pace on Ivan. And at one point he turns around to like rub it in your face again. But as he sees you catching up, he like looks more irritated. You should have stayed in the pile of trash where you belong. And he is going to reach under his giant furred hat and pull out a small bag and throw it at the ground, and the bag explodes into dozens of these tiny steel balls. So give me another athletics to avoid this incredibly simple, childish trap he has thrown your way.
You underestimate my ability to roll low. Why did I do that?
I don't know what you do.
No, like I accidentally right clicked instead of like left clicked, and then something happened. Don't know what.
Well, I think
6
that's
+ 5. Another 11.
So yeah, you
we talked about like the rolls to decide how good I actually am at this.
Yeah.
They have decided. They've decided.
So yeah, you begin skidding and very comically trying to keep your balance upon all these steel balls that he has tossed your way. And he is now riding on his raptor backwards and says, Ha! You see, this is why no one can catch Ivan. Ivan is too smart, too swift, too... And then you watch as he is flung from his raptor, slams into a nearby wall, and kind of just skids down like a fly on a window. And as you look, it wasn't some random bar or piece of architecture that knocked him off of his raptor. It was an individual you are passingly familiar with. You know their name is Belladonna, or at least the name they go by. They're wearing armor similar to, but of higher quality than yours. Flowing red cape. The helmet they wear has these 3-pronged spikes that almost form a crown. Black armor with red and gold trim. And you see that they are now holding the coin purse in one hand, just kind of tossing it up and down. And they look from Ivan to you and says, "You're embarrassing."
I was just about to catch him.
No, you were about to let him get away. And they will forcefully throw this bag of money, like, just square into your chest. And say, you should be lucky that the family does not appreciate of his business here. They will turn away from you and start making their way towards Ivan. You wallow in trash. Let a professional deal with this ant.
I don't think Nightshade can say much to that, but they are seething. They don't have no retort. But like, yeah,
Do you clench your fist in anger?
they're over here for real, just like.
Yeah, Belladonna
Watch.
picks up Ivan and puts him over their shoulder, and turns back towards you. If you're going to continue flailing about, do it on someone else's territory. The family is getting bored with your antics.
That at least no one can get bored of me. At least when I'm around, I ain't some gross stick in a mud like you.
Your funeral. And they effortlessly jump from street level to a nearby roof, and then they jump over the apex of the roof, and they are out of sight. The raptor is long gone. And you're just kind of sat there in this pile of metal balls with a pouch of gold on your chest.
They think about trying to like give chase, but they're like and then they look down at like the gold pouch in their hands, and they're like, they kind of just, you might as well just like, give it back to them. But like, so they stand up, kind of like wipe the dust off them, and they're just like their territory. What are you talking about? If I just had him, if he hadn't just strummed this bag about berries, where do you even get that? Like, he just, like, they're just muttering just under your breath as they're kind of like going off to like find the person who this belongs to.
Yeah, But yeah, you make your way back to the little market, and you find the owner of this pouch, a kind of a motherly dwarf woman, and yeah, she's like, "Oh, I didn't even know that my pocket got picked. Oh, thank you so much."
Nightshade does their best to kind of go back more into their little persona and just be like, Yeah, of course it wasn't. It was no problem at all.
Oh,
Here you go.
we need more people like you around in these parts. It's dangerous, you know.
Yeah, so I've noticed. I think it'd definitely be a good idea to, maybe put something on that pouch as well. Like a bell or something to help.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
Yeah, I may have the eyes of a hawk and can get just about anywhere in the blink of an eye, but I can't be everywhere all at once. I can't do that yet.
Oh yeah, that's understandable.
As if.
Yeah. I was telling that to my husband when we had our third kill. I just can't be everywhere at once. Like, you gotta pick up the slack. But he was like, oh no, I've gotta go to the mine. But we don't even have a mine. And she is just blathering for a while. And as she does, your attention begins to wander. And you see a town. I don't want to say crier, but it is kind of like a guy who puts up posters. I don't know what this profession is called, but you watch as
Poster hanger.
yeah.
He's a poster.
He's a poster.
Post.
And he's he is a poster. I actually think that's what they're called.
Yeah.
I'm being literal. That is where
lovely.
the whole social media to post came from.
Well,
Yep.
I have now decided that this poster's name is Reddit. So,
Oh my god!
He's an influencer.
so yes,
He's
this
trying
poster.
to influence the youth.
Oh yes, but for now he's on the clock, and you see him put up a notice nearby, and he gets it all sorted. He nails it into some support pillar of some merchant's stall, and wanders off a couple stalls over to put up an identical notice. And as this dwarvish lady is still talking, your eyes kind of skim over this post that the poster had just posted, and you see that it reads, "Wanted. Brave heroes who are willing to risk life and limb for the safety of the realm. Report to the castle."
Nightshade's gonna, sneak away slightly to, away from the woman. They did a good job. This has caught their eye now. And they, they go up to it and read if there's any more details.
Did you Batman disappear away from the dwarf lady?
I have +7 in stealth. Can I
Yeah,
say
give me a
it's
stealth
the
roll.
one- is this the one good roll I'm gonna get? Let's find out.
Yeah, give. So that's a nat 1.
Damn!
So, yeah, you read this note and you start trying to sneak off.
Loud.
Yeah. Yeah, and then this dwarf woman starts talking about her kids, like, oh yeah, Jimmy is also a hero. Like, he joined the army, and one day he might even... Well, no, he can't join the Golden Lions anymore, because the prince is dead, but he might be a general one day. And then you kind of get trapped for the next couple hours in this dwarf lady regaling you about one of her sons, Jimmy. And then you kind of get locked into another half hour of a good old-fashioned southern goodbye. And by the time you're able to...
This lady made you dinner.
Yeah! Yeah, you do manage to get away before she drags you home for dinner.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Nightshade's the type who would accept once asked, so that you gotta find a moment to leave before that.
Yeah. And, yeah, it is, it's pretty late in the day. Like, all this started, like, probably around 10 or 11 a.m., and it's now, like, 6. And you make your way to the castle, and inquire about this notice. The guard looks you up and down and says, "Alright, what's your name and how can we reach you?"
Oh, the name's Nightshade, and I go wherever there's trouble.
Okay, so how do we contact you
But
about the job?
I would not recommend causing trouble. Yes. I mean,
Where can we send a runner to find you?
I guess this kind of, if there's a map, it'll just be like this kind of area. That's kind of where I tend to hang out.
Okay, we will send a runner to you, tomorrow. The Queen is holding a meeting about these notices. So, keep an eye out for a royal messenger. And,
Aye, sir.
Yeah, the guard rolls his eyes at your salute. And, yeah, you head off for the night. And
Yay!
sure enough, tomorrow, around noonish, you spot the blue and green beret of a royal messenger out in the crowd. And, yeah, sure enough, he has been sent to retrieve you. And he brings you to...
Make sure I'm appeared, I'm around, but I roll a crit 1 on stealth, so...
Yeah, as it turns out, somebody wearing bright purple armor is easy to see.
Yeah! I could have seen his name!
But yeah, so you're easily found and escorted to the castle. And you are walked through the castle. It's very opulent. A lot of marble pillars and like gold trimmings and like very, very plush rugs when there are rugs. Very comfortable furniture. It's very opulent. And soon you find yourself in a war room. You might not have ever been in a war room yourself, but you probably definitely read about them. Like a lot of chairs surrounding a table that's kind of this three-dimensional map of the continent. A lot of little markers to show troops and what have you. And other little markers to show towns and hamlets and docks. And as you look around, you see that there are some other individuals here. There appears to be an absolutely colossal fellow in heavy plate armor. A also rather tall individual that is just coated in chains. And a guy who kind of looks like the guy on the coins that you have.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, like it, if you squint when he's like facing 90 degrees away from you, like yeah, that kind of looks like him. And standing at the other side of the table is the queen, whose name I have temporarily forgotten, but I will find this right now. Queen Irulan. She is a older woman. Her hair is pulled back in like a bun in very elvish style. And she looks at everyone here and says, Very well. I suppose this will be all we're getting from the notice, as she looks at Nightshade. So, we have made a...
The only one that responded.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the people who would risk life and limb are already in the military.
I'm just a little cringe fail nobody.
Yeah. So,
To be fair, that is very anime-centric, so I think we're
Yeah.
on brand.
Dude,
Yeah.
the whole
One-
thing felt bad. I'm just like, I'm so
Wanted
cringe.
heroes of the realm, yeah. And
But,
this one person shows up.
yeah, the Queen motions at the war table with the map and says, "Thanks to the efforts of the Tinkerers Guild, we have received quite a bit of information regarding Sky Elf relics." And she'll motion towards Alpha. This one says that a production facility can be found nearby. And I do believe that we should claim it. There is a chance that this production facility can grant us a certain legendary item. She will pull out some sketches from this folio she has, and the sketches are like these kind of over-the-top suits of armor with exaggerated portions and absurd weaponry. And she says, "These are the Titanauts. They are said to have been suits of armor the Sky Elves utilized with their wars against their enemies. If this production facility can do what the relic here believes, we should be able to construct our own Titanaut armor, and she will make direct eye contact with Tav, or at least with two of Tav's eyes. And we can potentially end this war of ours."
The human term is Your Majesty, correct?
That is true.
Would love to have this conversation, would love to end the war. I am still currently tied up immensely, so kind of feels like we're starting off with some uneven footing. Can I have these off, please?
I didn't want to. Yeah, I didn't want to like bring it up because there was something different going on. But why is that one tied up?
That one is an exemplar. They are borderline demigods that the Outlanders use as a type of war leader.
Well, you're well learned about my people's ways.
You. The Outlanders?
Yes.
Yes, I'm what's called a Galoma. Hello, pleasure to meet you. My name is Taz.
See, Alpha's head turns.
He turns and looks at Alpha. That is the most ominous head turn I've ever seen in my life. Please do not kill me.
Then he looks back. He just like looks back to center.
Just a sweat going down the size of Taz's head at the moment.
Yeah, I admit, I feel like I'm like really out of the loop about. I kind of just got here. This group here right now. We are going to go find this facility, right? I'm getting this right?
Yes. This facility is located within the Broken Garden. And she'll motion towards a portion of the map with a lot of cones representing trees. We do not have the resources to send a full battalion. So we are sending, as much as I hate it, some of the better combatants that are not currently holding the line. And she'll mostly motion towards the prince. Despite his complaints, the prince is a well-versed mage. And according to the research that my investigators found upon you, Nightshade, you have a normally high record of criminal capturing. So we know that you are fast and you can handle yourself in combat.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, of course.
And of course we have the Exemplar. And
Could I roll a check to try to get out of the chains?
yes. Let's see. I will allow athletics for you to try and flex them off, or perhaps thievery to try and pick them off, or if you just want to be sassy, performance to just make a show of it.
Ooh, so many good options. Could I, and I'm saying this mostly because of what was established earlier, use acrobatics instead?
To dislocate your arms and try to shimmy out?
Yes.
I'll allow it.
Thank you very much. You're extremely kind. Dice, don't fail me now.
Oh!
14 plus 6 for a total of 20.
Yeah, so
God.
as
There we go.
yeah,
You
as
just
the
hear a crack
Mhm.
out of nowhere, and just the chains start falling off, and then his arms are clearly hanging at angles they should not be, and then you just hear, oh. I apologize once again, Your Majesty, but that was excessively uncomfortable. Please continue.
Lovely. So, the three of you will be providing support or security, in a sense, for the relic, and show motion at Alpha. We are unsure of its current capabilities, but it does seem as though it was built for combat. So
This unit is currently at calculating 5% operational capacity.
exactly. We have done all the repairs we can, but our technology is not what the Sky Elves could use, so they are returning to this production facility to repair themselves, and you all will be supporting them. And she'll look.
Question.
Yes.
Thanks for one. Best to just ask outright, what's in it for me? I have zero reason to help you.
We believe you have at least one very large reason to help us. You see, there was a creature some weeks ago that ruined a large portion of our army, and some of our spies tell us that after it demolished our forward base camp, it turned its sights on yours.
So you're saying that wasn't yours?
No, it wasn't. And until recently, we believed that it was something of your people's doing.
A lot of assumptions being made here. So
Would you... Oh, continue.
So I help with this, and I'm just making sure I understand. We kill this creature, then what?
We will allow you to return back to your country. You can inform them that this creature was not of our doing. We will inform our people the same. And perhaps we can, if nothing else, work out a ceasefire as we lick our wounds from this thing's rampage.
He thinks for a moment, his large claws tapping against the table. Seems agreeable. Could I get this in writing?
She nods, and as she does, the door to the war room opens, and a little mousy human comes in with some sheets of paper and says, or the queen says, "I figured you would want a agreeable contract, so I have had my scholars write something up. You are free to study this and give us your answer. If you do not wish to aid us in the destruction of this creature, you will be returned to the dungeons." As...
Go ahead.
Oh, no, please.
Go ahead. No, this is me, the players, asking
Oh,
you,
okay.
the DM, to finish.
Okay, yeah. As powerful as a exemplar is, we do have some countermeasures here in our capital that could detain you if need be.
So he's reading through the contract. Could I do a check? I'm mostly reading if they agree to a ceasefire, does their search for Amberdite stop at bare minimum during the ceasefire?
Give me diplomacy. Or
Diplomacy.
let's see. Yeah, diplomacy or deception, whichever one you think you're looking for.
Oh.
Oh, or society if you have that, which I don't think you do.
I don't believe I have society. I do not. So diplomacy or deception, I have a +5 for deception.
All right.
Let's go with that.
Let's see that single-digit number.
Oh, it didn't roll. Hold on.
Okay.
That's a 16 plus 5 for 21.
Okay, so it doesn't outright say that they will stop searching for Amberdite, but it does say they will stay on their side of the mountain for the duration of the ceasefire.
Was that side of the mountain originally my people's side of the mountain?
It depends. Like they are saying that their armies will stay on the eastern side of the mountain, whereas your people, your whole deal is on the western side of the mountain range.
It seems agreeable. I'm not seeing any loopholes. And of course the mining for Amberdite will cease for the ceasefire.
We will not be entering your territory for the mining of resources for the duration of the ceasefire. If we
Would it be
find
safe to say this is about the best I'm gonna get in terms of offers right now?
yes.
Well, as my brother likes to say, something is always better than nothing, and besides, that something can later become a lot more of something. So, he'll literally dip his claw in one of the inks, sign on the signature where it is on his end. As an exemplar of my tribe, I agree to this bargain.
Alright.
Oh, and I'm keeping this, by the way, for when I show my people. Puts it, he looks to put, I don't have my things.
Your things are in the courtyard. They were difficult to transport, but you will have access to them once you leave here. And she'll turn towards Nightshade. You are our only volunteer, which is unfortunate for us, but fortunate for you, as the payment budget will be entirely devoted to you. So, upon the completion of this job and the claiming of the production facility, you will receive 150 gold for your troubles, as well as a title, if that suits you.
Well, those are nice bonuses, but if the kingdom is trouble, I'm here to help protect it and its people. That's more than enough for me.
She nods and says, we could use more people like you, here in the capital. And,
So leave it to me, Your Majesty. I'll do my best.
very well.
Majesty. Would my magical talents not be better served here? And not risk the throne?
She, walks over and, starts straightening up, your collar and your little tiara crown thing that I forgot the name of because it's not a cravat.
Coronet.
Coronet, yes.
Circlet? Oh, okay.
The mini crown. The mini crown without any flair.
Yeah, she starts messing with that and says, we have plenty of magical defenses here, and we believe that having royal eyes on the production facility could do us some good. And as she goes to brush something off of your shoulder, she leans in close and says, your father insisted upon you joining this excursion. I had little say in the matter. And
clenches his teeth, and a small spark of arcing electricity sort of just leaps from his hand to the floor, sort of thing, just as he clenches his fist.
Yeah. She leans back and finishes straightening you up and says, but you will not have to fear too much for your safety, even from the exemplar. One of your late brother's golden lions will be accompanying you as a personal bodyguard of sorts. And she looks over and says, Vesta, you may enter. And the Minotaur who brought you back to the capital comes walking in. She is in her hoplite armor. She's got just a comical amount of weapons on her. Like, she looks like a Pathfinder character. Shaggy hair swept to one side. Typical horns of a Minotaur. The typical clompy feet, little cowtail, and she says, Prince Aurelius, I am reporting for duty as your personal bodyguard. You will not need to fear harm as long as I draw breath.
Good to know. Thank you.
And the queen looks back down at the map and says, it will take nearly 2 weeks for you to make it to the spot the relic has indicated as being the production facility, so Nightshade, make your preparations if there are any that need to be made. Exemplar, we will resupply your armor and equipment. And Relic, if you need additional weapons, we could provide you with some. And
a half sword is all that I require.
That is a simple enough task for our quartermaster. Very well. As much as I would like for everyone to head out this day, we are still gathering some supplies that you may need on the road. So, Nightshade, I would appreciate it if you could come back and meet with us here at the castle by the stables tomorrow morning, and we will see your group off. And she motions that the meeting is over. For those of you who have places to be, you exit to those places. Taz, you have your equipment returned to you.
My babies!
Yeah, as you pick up your hand cannon from this wagon that they brought it in on, like, your hand cannon was the only thing on this wagon. And as you pick it up, you see basically the yield suspension of this wagon, like, raise it up by almost a full foot. And you're just holding this hand cannon like it is nothing. And
they moved apart. You see him open, like, it seemingly opens like as a segment. He reaches a claw in, he moves a part over and closes it, and then it begins to glow. There we go.
Yeah, everyone in the castle is terrified of you, by the way. The soldiers who see you, the only reason they're not pulling their swords on you is because they have orders from on high to treat you as a guest. Alpha, you are taken to the quartermaster, who provides you with some sturdier armor plating on the replacement limbs. Like, it's still made out of this trash garbage steel material, but it's slightly thicker, more durable. And he also provides you a sword of acceptable quality.
Yeah, I find, like, a corner, and I go into recharge mode.
Yeah.
I fold it on myself slightly, and, like...
Yeah. And, Nightshade, you hit up the town. You know what? Give me one more acrobatics check for the heck of it, Nightshade.
This time, surely!
Surely!
Watching with bated breath.
Hey!
+7.
So that is a 19.
So that,
Your digits.
yes.
So yeah, like feeling invigorated from receiving a like actual mission from the queen herself, like like you're kind of jazzed. You go back through town to your typical haunts, and you manage to successfully stop quite a few petty crimes.
Yay! it's how I get my gear.
Yeah.
How I get the how I get the coin for my gear.
And you know what? As the episode is closing out, Prince Aurelius, how do you prepare for the journey to come?
That's he does so kind of numbly. He prepares. He sort of bolsters himself. He thinks to himself that it's worth it to get knowledge, but at the same time, he accepts his father's decision. But usually, Mom is in his corner. So Mom just throwing him to the wolves is something that's deeply puzzling. And
Yeah, a bit of a slap to the face.
He mulls on that, and don't think he didn't notice that whole mafioso brushing the shoulder thing. He caught that, and he's sort of a little saw the steel in his mother's eye, and is not. He's unsettled by the whole thing, but he's like, all right, well, no, this is fine. I have a bodyguard and a motley assortment of associates to also guard me, I guess. And otherwise, he tosses and turns quite a bit that night, fraying some of the furniture, and dreams of thunderstorms, of raging oceans, and malevolent glowing eyes.
Yes. And on those eyes, glowing deep with the darkness of this torrential downpour, we will end the session. And next session we will get on the journey towards this production facility. Thank you everyone for listening and watching. Thank you guys for showing up. I have been John, the GM here. I can be found at Crim's Bacon on social media, on Would Be Heroes and Bacon Flavored Podcasts, and on my friend's podcast, or on my friend's Twitch channel, Bore Immortal, where we stream various video games. And the fine individuals who put up with me tonight through all my ums and ahs and losing of notes. We will start with Mike.
Yeah, losing of notes. That's stock and trade here at Would Be Heroes. No. So as for me, you can catch my pre- and post-COVID cosplay adventures at Canadian Captain America on Instagram and TikTok, CDN Cap America on Blue Sky and the other app. And as for TTRPGs, you can catch all of my pretty much activity here in Would Be Heroes, where I play on Monday nights, both in this game and in the other D&D game that's on Mondays, but I'll let Alejandro tell you about that one. And I also DM my own series of D&D games on Tuesday nights, 2 games alternating Tuesdays, and on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific. And I think I can let everybody else tell you about all the other things that are happening on this channel, so go.
All right, and next up we have Alejandro.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alejandro. As Mike mentioned, I also run a campaign on every other Monday in conjunction with John's called the Nexus Tournament, where both John and Mike are players, and they ruined my life, quite frankly. Other than that, if you want to see more of my posts, you can find me under the Greedy Dragon on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Once I get my posting schedule in order, I'm trying, I promise. Other than that, thank you so much for joining. I hope you had a good day. If you would like to see more of us, please like, subscribe to the thing, watch us play, see what shenanigans we get up to as Taz deals with a new paranoia known as Alpha.
Also, the username is The Greedy Dragon, not Under the Greedy Dragon, right?
That is correct. Sorry.
Okay.
Marketing phrase that I have internalized way too much.
No, perfectly understandable. And next up, we have Fisher. Go.
Yeah, I'm Fisher. You can find me most places at Screw in Tuna, YouTube and Twitch. I've got a channel called Franchise Fatigue where I run through, a bunch of different long-standing franchises and figure out why they do or do not work very well. And yeah, I run some games here on Would Be Heroes as well. In fact, in a couple Saturdays here on the 8th, we're going to be running another game of Scum and Villainy, a Blades in the Dark offshoot space adventure game called Space Surfers. So that should be a lot of fun coming up in about a week and a half here. So yeah, that should be cool.
Also, just to insert before we get to Saria, in every campaign that has been mentioned so far, I have been playing a character of some flavor of unhinged.
That is true, yeah.
But yes.
Okay.
Next
we'll
we
see how
have
Space Surfers goes. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. And finally, but not leastly, we have Saria.
Everyone else is doing like DMing stuff. I'm over here like, I'm not. Oh, I am a player in one of the other games. Here at Would Be Heroes, I'm part of the Twilight Labyrinth. That's like once a month. That's been fun. But I do a bunch of art stuff. You can find me as either Animal the Elements or Saria Howard. Pretty much across anywhere. On Blue Sky, I'm at Saria Howard. And on YouTube, I'm Animal the Elements. I do animation stuff. Never. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
I'm hearing that you want to run a D&D game this summer.
I mean, I have 2 different campaign ideas that I'd love to try, but like...
Done.
Okay,
Count me in. Yeah, I'd love to be there.
Look, I can pitch later.
Cool.
Yeah, let's put a pin in that.
That's it for me.
Yeah. So, yes, we will be seeing people in 2 weeks with episode 2. And, I don't have a good outro, so until next time.
Ta-ta!
Dealing.